no home, no house, no housing had anything to do with the crash. Now hear me out. Nothing to do with the crash. Housing was doing just fine. Now, housing was the trigger, but it wasn't the reason. Debt was the problem. Start talking about the debt. It's the exact same thing going on with the COVID-19. Well, it's COVID-19, that's what caused the crash in February. We dropped 31% because of... No, it had nothing to do with the COVID. That was the trigger. But that's not why we had the 31% correction. It was the debt, the same thing that happened back on October 2001. It wasn't the housing. Housing was the trigger. It was debt. It's always debt. Debt's a killer. My God. Now think about this. Think about this. A plane crash. When a plane crashes, do they blame it on the plane? No. They say what? Pilot error. You always hear about pilot error. You never hear blame it on the plane. Oh, the wing fell off. Now, maybe that happens once in a while. But generally, a crash is always pilot error. Then why is it the housing crash isn't the president of the bank or the president of the Federal Reserve error? Yeah. Why? What did the house have to do with it? Not a damn thing. So why are they blaming a home, a house that stands there? It doesn't make decisions. It doesn't have a mind, doesn't have a brain. 2008 stock market crash because of housing. No, it was the debt. It was the error of the pilot, i.e., president of the banks, the presidents of the various banks, the president of the Federal Reserve, our Congress. Call it what it is. Banker error, or call it banker pilot error. He's the pilot, the bankers, the Congress was the pilot. They made the errors, right? The housing didn't. A house is just a bunch of concrete and wood. So as a result, the subprime mortgage industry, remember, when they came up with that, with the housing was thriving, the subprime mortgage is what drove it, what made the industry thrive, a subprime mortgage. Wall Street banksters made a fortune. They started setting up subprime lenders outside of their bank. They couldn't do it with their banks, but so what they did, they set up a subprime lender that they owned, they funded, and there was no regulations. So they could loan to anybody. Had few regulations. These were subprime lenders. So the lenders made the bad decisions, not the house. The guys that ran J.P. Morgan, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, who were in bed with the Federal Reserve, they made the decisions. And one of the worst decisions they made, and Jamie Dimon was involved with, is why don't we go and take the Federal Reserve, okay? It would make them buy every bad loan called subprime. Remember, the Federal Reserve, Fannie and Freddie, they used to only buy from the banks the top mortgages. They had to be AAA rating. You go to a bank, you get your mortgage. If you had a AAA rating, they would sell it to Fannie or Freddie, and they get their money back and loan again. They did that for years. If it wasn't AAA, they didn't want anything to do with it. Nothing to do with it. So what'd they do? Well, Congress, under Dodd, under Frank, under Waters, decided everybody should have a house. Yeah, these were the Dems, the liberal Dems. Everybody should have a house. Oh, Bush too, baby Bush too. I remember when he was up in Atlanta, he said, I'm going to make sure everybody here has a house. So they decided to lend money to people who can't afford a house. But they were cocky about it. They said, well, we can afford to write these bad loans because we can afford to write them off. And we just sell the house because the value will be going up. We'll just sell these houses to someone else. How stupid. But yet they call it a housing crash. No, it was a Pilot era. Pilot, i.e., in charge of the banks, the president of the banks, the Federal Reserve. The House had nothing to do with it. That is an awful thing. That is killing us. Look what's going on in the market now. This market is so volatile right now. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Look what happened. Look what happened on Friday. First of all, last week we saw consolidation starting in the market, starting in the S&P, starting to go sideways, consolidating. Now, when you start consolidating, that brings volatility because you get a lot of program trading. Now, one day last week, the Dow dropped more than 300 points on the open. Boom. Worries on massive tax hikes. They're all worried about these massive tax hikes. Drops 300 points. Plunger team intervenes 10 minutes later. They go purchase stock index futures. Boom! The market's positive because they went in and purchased these stocks index futures. They rigged the market to go up. Next came a huge contradiction. You talk about stupidity. We saw non-cyclical defensive stocks like Procter & Gamble, Pepsi, Kellogg go straight up. At the same time, we saw cyclical stocks like the big tech stocks, like Cisco, banks, like Bank of America, all go up. How can you have them both going up? Non-cyclical and cyclical? What are you, nuts? More when I get back. This is stupid.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here. And it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Why pay thousands of dollars for a weekend seminar when for only $39.95 a month, philsgang.com provides all the daily market investing information you need to make profits in the stock market. With over 40 years of investing experience, only Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team provide daily live investing webinars, up-to-the-minute market updates, all the investing educational videos you can imagine. Don't hesitate to learn, invest, and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Show. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Then go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. Now, here's Phil.
And we are on the verge of a fantastic 2021 and 2022 because of all the pent-up savings left over from 2020.
Oh, yeah, everybody's going to take their savings and go spend it. That is just a bunch of baloney. People are saving. Remember, our saving used to average 7%. We're nearly 15% because people are scared. They're saving because they're scared. You know, the problem is the folks have, when they go to buy something right now, the dollar's getting so destroyed because of printing and printing and printing, stimulus after stimulus, QE after QE. It's been going on for 13 years, just running a stock market straight up. Taking money, printing it, inject it right in the market. Forget about good consumers. Forget about good consumer credit. Forget about good corporate credit. Nobody cares about consumer credit, corporate credit. They don't know if they're good or bad. Who cares? Bypass bad consumers. Bypass bad corporations. Bypass them all. Go directly to the market. Inject the money in the market. Do stock buybacks. Rally this market. That's all they care about, which is fine. That's great. I'm not complaining. We made a lot of money, myself, the gang members, as long as you know when to get out. That's the big problem. Look, the debt. Nobody cares about the debt. Congress doesn't care about the debt. They don't care. Because the people in Congress, they're a bunch of gangsters. They already made their money. They made a lot of money. I'm not saying everybody. I mean, there's a few good congressmen. There's no question about it. You see them. But very few. Very few. Very few. But I want you to just think about it for a moment. Stop blaming housing for 2008. Had nothing to do with housing. It was the trigger. It was the debt that took us down. It was the huge debt given to people who could not pay their payments, who should have never had a house in the first place. We're doing the same thing right now. We're doing the same thing right now with cars, school loans, everything, same thing. It's always debt, debt, debt. It's unbelievable. You know, it was funny. When you go back and you take a look last week, how the plunger team kept coming in to intervene, to put they'd come in and purchase stock index futures. Every time the market went down, it was negative, and they pop it right up to make it positive. Exactly what they did again today. Every time you notice the market starts coming down, starts going negative, opened up this morning negative, about 150 points, and then now it's up 152 points, positive. How do they do that? They just simply go in and buy futures. They put a bid under the market. And then when there's a bid under the market, the big institutions feel safe and they go and start buying. They don't sell short, they start buying. It's unbelievable. This is what they keep doing. It creates a bigger and bigger bubble. But that's great because we're going to make more and more money. Look at today. Last week I told my members, we're going to rotate. All we kept hearing is, buy the big tech stocks on the dip, buy on the dip, big tech stocks. What are you, nuts? That play is over. And look at Costco. We went to cyclical, non-cyclical, and this is what's funny. Nobody cares anymore. It used to be non-cyclicals were defensive stocks. If you thought the economy was going to get worse, you'd buy Procter & Gamble, Pepsi, Coke, right, whatever, Kellogg's. And if you thought, now that's if you felt the economy was going to get worse, right? Now, if you thought the economy was going to get better, you'd go to the cyclical stocks. You go to the big tech stocks. You go to the banks. And look what they did last week. Powell got so scared on Friday when all of a sudden big hedge funds were starting to fall apart. Hedge funds were falling out of bed, losing money, which affects the banks. And now that the big tech stocks are no longer the leadership group, now he's putting the banks back in his leadership group. He's having trouble with the banks because the banks are in big trouble because the banks are holding on to huge corporate debt. And a lot of these corporations can't pay that debt back. So he's out there trying to prop these banks up and hoping to God he can sustain these debts, that the banks can stay in one piece. So he turns around, he says last week, on Friday, market goes up 400 points on Friday, right at the end. Okay, banks, you can do your own stock buybacks again. Buy your own stock. Now think what he's saying. He was telling everybody Friday, late, right before the close, market goes up 400 points because he says to them, you can rig your stock price again. Remember they stopped that? Banks couldn't do stock buybacks. It got ridiculous. Now he got so scared on Friday when he saw the hedge funds falling apart, which would hurt the banks, and banks now is his leadership group, he tells them, go do stock buybacks. You know, he's telling everybody, take your stock price and just rally it. Don't worry about it. Purchase your stock, your outstanding stock, reduce the number of shares you have so we can do a fake stock price, so we have fake earnings. Because when you reduce your number of shares, and when you have your earnings and they're bad, well, all you do is keep reducing the number of shares you have. So you got bad earnings, doesn't matter, you keep reducing the number of shares, you spread those earnings over less shares, your earnings go up, all fake. And then that pushes up your stock price, all fake. That's why it was a felony. All fake. So he's telling them to do stock buybacks. Unbelievable. And then at the same time, last week, as I said, we have both the both cyclical stocks, like the big tech, and we also had the non-cyclical defensive stocks, like Pepsi, all going up. How can you have Pepsi going up and big tech stocks going up and banks going up? One of them's got to be wrong. If you can't have, what they're basically saying, you got Pepsi going up, Coca-Cola going up, which means the economy's bad, and then at the same time you got the banks going up and big tech stocks going up, saying the economy's good. That's why I use charting. I don't want to listen to these people, and all the stuff they tell you is just a bunch of nonsense. So again, don't listen to the fake Business News Network. Follow the money. And look, if they want to turn around and bring the big tech stocks back and make them the leader, we'll know that. My members will know it because my chart will turn green, start telling us they're putting money back in. But right now, they're putting in money into Costco. That's where money's going, into Costco. Look at our Verizon. Beautiful. Going up again today. You got to follow the money. Don't follow them. You lose money every time. You'll lose money every time listening to these people. Be right back after this break. Join the gang free for 10 days.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Show. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Then go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. Now, here's Phil.
Where you should put your money is the obvious trade. Look at Tesla. Tesla's been off the highs of the 800s down to maybe 670 on Tesla.
Oh, so you just buy it, right? Oh, just go and buy Tesla. And I can tell you about Tesla because we shorted Tesla. That's right. When everybody else was buying it. And when Tesla was dropping, everybody was there buying it. Buy Tesla, buy in the pullback. So we have in Tesla right now, let me just look it up here for you. Tesla, from the time we started short at $810, today it's at $610. So that gives us about a 25% gain. Now, if you bought on these pullbacks, when they told you buying the dip, you would have gotten killed. A stock, you only buy the stock, not just because it's a pullback. You want to see money is flowing into that stock. That's what you need to know, is money going into that stock. That's the key. And 99.9% of you don't know that. You don't know. You just listen to these people, think, gee, I better buy Tesla. He said to buy it in a dip, then you lose money. You get upset. Now, we'll know exactly when to buy Tesla. We're not guessing at it. We know exactly when to buy Tesla. In fact, in the last 2 days, it started to go from red to green. Tell us a little bit more money's coming in, so we're watching it. Another one, Verizon. Verizon and AT&T. Nobody wanted those. Verizon also, we saw money coming in, bang, went up 5%. AT&T money started to come in, turned green, bang, went up 6%. NUE turned green, went up 46%. 46%. MO went up 24%. Pepsi, 7%. Now, this is what's crazy. You take Mo, Pepsi, Coke went up 7%. And you take Lowe's, that went up 12%. And remember, these stocks, you got the defensive stocks going up, and you got the non-cyclical and cyclical both going the same direction. How could that be helpful to anybody? How can anybody buy a stock if you have them both going up, both cyclicals and non-cyclicals? One's supposed to go up if the market's good, and the other one is supposed to go only if the market's bad. But they're all going up because what are they doing? They're bypassing everything, and they're just trying to drive this market harder and farther because they know the problem they're in. See, he knows. Powell knows what trouble he is in. He can't raise rates, and he knows the debt is a killer. And as I said to you, the 2008 housing crash, don't call it a housing crash. It wasn't. No house made that crash. No individual house made a decision. These idiots on Wall Street made the decisions. The decision of debt, to put people in debt who could not pay it back, has nothing to do with the house. It was debt. When you look at it pure, it was debt that took the market down. Same thing right here. In February 2020, when the market crashed, that was COVID-19. No, it wasn't COVID-19. It was the trigger. But that's not what took it down. It's the huge debt that they've been running up. All this QE, printing and printing and printing, and more debt and more debt. And they're not putting money into productivity. They're not taking the money and putting the right parts of the economy. They're not pushing up productivity. And what we're finding is we're not producing anything. Our debt is bigger than what we produce. So what you got to do is you can make a lot of money in this market if you only know when to get out of that stock after it rallies. Because remember, everything they do is to rally the stock market. It doesn't matter. If a stock's $100 and it's only worth $30, they don't care. They're going to rally it. Why? I always said this. Why you're not in this market, I don't know. Then I take it back to I do, because you're scared. You're scared. When do I get out? When do I get out? Because you always got caught. Well, you're not going to get caught this time because the color-coded chart tells you exactly when to get in, when to add, when not to add, when to run like hell, and when to short. It tells you when to turn mother's picture to the wall and run like hell. You got guidance. So again, I don't want to hear anymore when the next crash, oh, it's COVID-19. No, it isn't. Debt from 1989 to 2020 or 2021 increased 800%. The national debt is at $28 trillion. It's exploded. Just to keep our total $28 trillion debt level, at that level, to keep it there, our debt, where it's a share of our GDP, would require Congress to enact deficit reductions equal to 1.9% or 2% of GDP. Or let's do it this way here. To keep our debt, our national debt at $28 trillion, they'd have to, every year, take $400 billion each year for the next 30 years. And reduce by $400 billion each year for the next 30 years just to keep us at $28 trillion. But this market, that's going to explode. And that's what's going to take this market. It's not going to be COVID. Our big problems are entitlements, Social Security, Medicare. Those are an automatic pilot. Congressmen don't care. They don't care about our Social Security, Medicare. Why? Most of those guys are millionaires. They don't care. What do they care? There's $493 billion of mandatory outlays just for Medicaid? What are you, nuts? So look, Congress, they never talk about the effects of stimulus, do they? All they tell you, look what we're doing. We're giving money to people, bail them out with $1,400. Well, let me tell you, if you give anyone $1,400 and it takes care of all their problems, I want to meet this person, where $1,400 took care of all their problems. And I love the name of the act, rescue. They didn't rescue anybody. Who do you rescue with $1,400? I could not even rescue my parakeet with $1,400. What are you, nuts? Same with QE. Oh, QE, we're going to do QE, and all the money that the rich are going to make, they're going to pour it right back into their companies, and they're going to buy new equipment, new machinery, increase productivity. Your wages are going to go up. When your wages are going to go up, your consumption is going to go up. And boy, we're going to grow our economy, we're going to grow our savings. Oh, that was a bunch of nonsense. It never happened. Oh, QE happened, but all that went up was debt in the stock market. You got debt in the stock market like in a race. They're like in a race. You just got to know which horse to pick, and that's where we help you. Our color-coded chart, and I'm not just making it up. Try it for 10 days free. And what about all these people that have mutual funds? What about all those people that have a 401k, and inside that 401k, they have a mutual fund? You guys are so screwed. You sit there and you feel great, your mutual fund's going up. But what happens each time when you had the dot-com crash and the housing con crash, and now we're heading for the biggest QE crash? Or what do you do? What do you do with your 401k? Or if you just have a plain mutual fund, what do you do? You hope for someone to call you? You think somebody's actually going to call you? Your planner's going to call you with your mutual fund and tell you, wait, you got a problem here right now. They're going to call you in advance? You think they're going to do that for you? They're not going to do that for you. No way. They don't even know your name. And that's why we developed another product. It's called Mutual Fund Tracker. That's right. I don't know if anybody has this. I said, we got to come up with something to help these people that are in 401ks that have a mutual fund, especially the ones in 401ks, or anyone just has a mutual fund. We got to track it for them. So when it gets to a certain point, they know, okay, they're safe. They're safe. That mutual fund is safe. It's doing fine. But shouldn't they, just like on my charts, the Pro 2 and the Pro 1, where we warn our traders in advance, shouldn't they have a warning too? Why can't we give them a warning, a mutual fund? Give them a warning. So it tells them, you got to take action. It's at a certain point on a chart you can see it, where it tells you, boy, I better take action. I better decide to either get out or stay in. And we did that. I'll talk more about that when we get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. The fastest drop in history, 3,000 points in 3 days. Wow, but we are right there with my color-coded chart. That's right, we were. And we're going to get another day like that. It's going to happen. In the meantime, let them keep extending the crash. Let them keep putting it off. That's why they're bringing the bank stocks in. It doesn't matter to us. We sleep at night. You'll be able to sleep at night. As long as you know you got the comfort level, not only making money on the way up, but more important to that is that you're going to know, it's time to get out. And it's the same thing with our new chart. It works. It's the tracker. It's a mutual fund tracker. It gives you it has a watch list of mutual funds. Right on the left-hand side, you got all the mutual funds, all the current mutual funds. You can put your own mutual fund in and track it. Beautiful. And the standard, the S&P 500, we have a benchmark for comparisons. We have multi-year percentage yields and statistics. Multi-year back testing of the fund's performance, and on and on. We got so many things. It's so great, so cool. And you get it for free for 30 days. 30 days. Why not the 10 days like the rest? Because we had to do 30 days because, remember, mutual funds go slow. It's not like a stock. They move very, very slowly. So we decided to give you it for 30 days so you can see it actually work. And the beautiful thing about tracking it, you put in one of yours, okay, whatever one you're following or whatever one that's in your mutual fund, or if you don't even, in a 401k, or let's say you don't have a 401k, you just have a mutual fund. It doesn't matter. Just put it on the tracker. And it'll tell you, you can see, you go up through this green line, it tells you, okay, it's time to buy. It's telling you, good, you're tracking your mutual fund, whatever one it is, and it's going up through this certain line. It's telling you, great, okay, you're okay. Everything's fine with your mutual fund. And then it goes up through another line. Okay, up through another red line. It tells you it's still doing well. So you can feel good about it. You know, at least, is your broker going to call you and tell you your mutual fund's doing well? Is he going to tell you each mutual fund inside your 401k and they're all doing well? Is he going to tell you? Is he going to call you? I don't think so. Well, now you don't need him. You'll know, as long as it passes these different points on the chart, it gives you an alert. So if it turns and comes back down through a certain position on the chart where it's red, there's a little red line, it's telling you. You get an alert. It's emailed to you. It gets emailed to you, for heaven's sakes. And text. You get a notification. It's time to take action. You got to do something. It broke through the red line. You got to get out of this thing. Right now, there's nobody that does that for you. So this will go on your mobile device, and all of a sudden you get an alert, and it says, take action. The mutual fund you're in is breaking down. But nobody's going to tell you that. No one's going to call you. You think your planner's going to tell you? No. It's so easy, your kids can do it for you. So check it out. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Hit where it says get started, and you'll see the product right there. It's the mutual fund tracker. You'll love it. It works. And you don't have to be a gang member to own it. Now, if you want to join my gang, terrific. Terrific. Also, for those who want to join my gang and also who are in stocks, if you're a long-term investor, just go where it says get started, and it says working investor. You get the color-coded chart in the membership free for 10 days. For 10 days. So it doesn't matter which product you're in now, whether you're a mutual fund product. I hate mutual funds. You know that. I hate 401ks. They're terrible. Gangsters put those things together. I'm not saying that. The founder of the 401k mutual fund tells you that. It's a bad product. But at least for the first time now, just like our Pro 2 and our Pro 1, especially our Pro 2, it tells you, that, our color-coded chart will tell you, look, it's time to add, or time not to add, or you better get out, or take some profits. Every day. And then here's the beautiful thing about it. On our color-coded chart, every day, Steve, who's the head of our education department, will post it. He would take the stocks that we have, that we're following. He tells you exactly what to do based on the color-coded chart. He tells you exactly what to do. You don't have to guess. That's the beautiful thing. Here, I'll give you an example. Cat is it's in our portfolio, so he's what he's telling everybody today.
Looking at Caterpillar, we're still holding long. Light shares are.
And then he goes on and tells you what to do, what not to do. And he does that with everyone in our, we have a portfolio of stocks. Every stock in our portfolio, whether it's the work investor or whether it's my 5 stocks, my portfolio, tells you exactly what to do. If you want to build your own portfolio, that's up to you. Now, for you poor souls that are in 401ks and you want to track your mutual fund, it's inside your 401k, or if you don't have 401k, you just want to track your mutual fund, we finally designed a chart for you, so you know when the hell to get out of your mutual fund. There's nothing better. I mean, just think about it. This market, right? When it goes up every day. Look what happened Friday. Went up 400 points. This morning, turned around this morning, we're down 150 points. The volatility is brutal. Well, whether you have a mutual fund and you have your tracker, or you have just an individual stock or an ETF, you have my color-coded chart, either one, it puts you in charge. You're in charge to make a decision. You get good input. You're not sitting out there wondering, is somebody going to call me, or, gee, I'll try to get a hold of them, especially when the market crashes. And you don't think this market's going to crash? If anybody doesn't think that, you got to be out of your mind. Are you kidding? Now, listen to this.
You try to teach them, Becky. You just keep teaching. Keep teaching. They don't want to hear from the suits. They don't want to hear from the boomers. But the only thing that we really have for them is history, and they need to hear it. Yep. Stay in the game. Yep. Don't get blown out. You try to
just stay in the game. Stay in the game. Yeah, that's so stupid. Stay in the game. If you were in Tesla and you stayed in the game, look at the money you would have lost. Instead of losing money, you would have made 26%, because when it turned from green to red, it identified money was coming out of Tesla. Well, he's telling you stay in the game. It's okay if you're a multimillionaire, because you can stay in the game. You can, like Buffett, the reason why he makes so money, he can stay in the game for 10, 15 years. Doesn't matter to him. He'll catch a rebound somewhere. But who has that kind of sustaining power? What are you, nuts? Nobody has that kind of sustaining power. That's why we built our color-coded chart, to give people that the edge, so they know just with a color code, should they start taking money off? Whether you're in an individual stock or an ETF, should you take money off, or should you add to it? The stock market, the stock drops, should you buy on the dip or not? These guys, when they say buy on the dip, they never tell you where. They never tell you where, do they? Buy on the dip, buy on the dip. Where? Show me. They never tell you. With the color-coded chart, it tells you. With the mutual fund tracker, if you're a poor soul with a mutual fund, the fees are screwing you. The fees are outrageous. I don't know how you stay in a mutual fund and make money. At least we level the playing field for you. We help you level the playing field. So at least all of a sudden one day it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you get an alert. You better do something. You better do something. When's the last time you got an alert from your planner or your broker about your mutual fund that, hey, you better do something, a call to action? When's the last time he sent you an email, a text notification for action, to take action? That alone is worth it. My God. And that the program is set up so it doesn't need daily. You don't have to look at it daily. It eliminates all the need for this daily tracking. You just sit back. You got to just try it. Try it for 30 days if you have a mutual fund. It's free. Check it out. Look, right now, whether they tell you to buy on the pullback or not buy on the pullback, just know this. Their goal right now is to try to push the bank stocks, to try to keep this market running. Because the one thing, there's a lot of pressure now, okay, on the Democrats. A lot of pressure. Because remember, Trump kept the market going. Now they feel that pressure. They got to keep the market going. And the debt is starting to take over. So they're going to keep trying to do whatever they can to keep this market going. That's okay, as long as you know when to get out. Go to my site, philsgang.com, and get where it says get started. See you on the chart.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.